Welcome back to day number 2. It's a lovely Saturday. We are in the heart of Ohio, Columbus. There's a big Ohio State game today.
Are you sure it's the heart of Ohio? I don't know where we're even
I totally
located in Ohio.
made that up.
We're in
possibly.
Columbus. I have no idea where it is on the map in the state of Ohio, though.
It could not, we might not even be in Ohio. But Maven here, joined by Mr. X, getting ready to hop into game number 2. We just saw FeaR lose their 14th hardpoint in a row, where it seems like they have been struggling all weekend long at hardpoint, but they've been able to stay alive to this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of shocking that they're able to pretty much lose their hard points and still stay alive. You know, usually you kind of stink that much in one game mode. It's pretty hard to advance in one of these tournaments.
Yeah, I mean,
it's actually kind of impressive in a way.
Well, for them, it kind of benefits that we are not going to have 2 hard points in the best of 5.
Yeah.
So if they make it to that point, they might be able to take control a little bit with the rest of the. It's funny, you got into the game. I think I joined that first when they restarted, and I'm going to be stuck in the loading menu. So that's fine. I'll be watching you, big guy.
Right. Nobody wants to watch you anyway. Who do you want to go on board with first?
Let's kick it off. Let's just stay where you are. We'll start off here. We're with Dito. He had a big game. I think it was like 37 and 25 or something like that. He had a really strong game number 1. We'll see if he can keep this up. It looks like he's playing a little bit of defense here, I guess.
Yeah, we're changing it up. And we have a submachine gun play. First time I've seen this all weekend. We have Moho rocking the KF5.
And that did not work well for him.
Yeah, I imagine he'll be running a bow very shortly. But right there, we have a flag pull. This is going to be Shills. He's going to be taken out, actually. So just the flags at base right now. For this Atlas team, Maven, you want to pull the flag through purple. Easiest route to travel. Obviously, going through green up to that plat's faster, but not as safe.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And, you know, for me on this Atlas side, if you are going to be pulling, you know, what are the key spots for you? I mean, I think you kind of have to get on top of the opposition's base. You have to get kind of set up there to be able to pick those players off of the spawn. Otherwise, they're just going to spawn in there and in around the flag. It's so difficult to even get out of their base.
Well, you want them to spawn in their red on their plat and force them to overextend through green. So you really want to push this right side by where that building gets dropped. You want to push that out and get good pressure on that and through this yellow tube right here. If you can get through this yellow tube, it'll definitely block that spawn for a little bit, but you will be able to get easy access to the flag.
Yellow tube, I feel like I'm watching the ET. Remember when they walk through those things? You haven't seen ET. No.
How did you know I haven't seen it just by the look on my face when you brought it up?
Like, you'd be the only person in the world that hasn't seen the movie ET.
I haven't seen ET.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. All right, so here we are, under 3.5 to go. No caps on the board right now. Just looking at the slang, it looks like we see what? Enzo, nice little start at 4-1. No one really going nuts too much here early on. We haven't really had any successful pulls to talk about just yet.
No, we haven't really saw anything out of either team, to be honest. I mean, you see some attempts right here from the FeaR squad to push this base. I believe that was Moho, and he is going to be joined on the push by Assassin, but you have nothing really for either team in the kill feed too much. Yeah. Nobody really going crazy. Well, nobody really getting any good position. Kind of just a back and forth game.
And when we've talked about how it's unusual to us that Flag seems to play a little bit slower in this game than, like, let's say Black Ops 2, despite the fact that this game is much faster. And I almost think it comes down to the fact that since it's so much faster, they can catch the. You kind of have to get a 3 or 4 down to get a successful pull. You have to.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of it comes down to as well, I think, is that the teams don't know the spawns as well. So you don't know which way. You don't know which way to pull the flag. That was Huddle almost getting turned on right there, but he's able to pull this out. And this is the exact route you should take. Obviously, no overclock left, but you see he has teammates all running down the side of the map, but he's going to get taken out. It looks like Moho has actually got a pull on the other side. He's going to be taken out as well.
Can you give me a little COD vision love for the opposition?
No.
I think we're just seeing the teammates right now. Or maybe, no, yeah, there we go. There we go. Thank you, Matthew.
You're so old.
Hey, listen, my old age, I can't just look at the minimap. That's like basically the moon looking down on a centipede on Earth.
It's the worst analogy.
That was one of the worst I've ever had in my whole life.
It's all right. You introduced
it's that college education.
You introduced Ben's in his bucket.
You know, I do what I can here to keep everyone entertained. Those of you watching, please tweet the stream, MLG.tv/COD. I don't care if you're watching Bravo or Alpha. Just come and join the Advanced Warfare fun. We're all hyped for what is bound to be an incredible year in this game.
Huge play right there. Adam Moho, you saw him exo dash straight through there and return that flag. But as you were saying, you know, this game is so fun to watch, so fun to play. It's just been an awesome weekend so far.
Yeah, and it's really raw right now. You know, people, obviously there's been some complaints with some stuff that is going to be changed. It's going to be passed down the road. You know, people seem to forget, you know, how games really are when they first come out. Like even Black Ops 2, we're back to Ghost. I mean, broadcaster mode got patched in the day before the event for Columbus pretty much. So a lot of things will be changed, and the meta is definitely going to develop. I mean, think back to, I think I coached Unite at the first Columbus event. I'm pretty sure they rocked 3 ARs on Strike Zone Dom. If that would happen,
what a great coach! You had no idea what they were doing at all. Yeah, you know, I coached this team. They grabbed some guns and they were shooting people. Yeah, but it looks like
Ricky Remington.
Yeah, Ricky Remington. It looks like that Shills is going to be able to get a pull down this green side. It's got to be careful. Those canisters, dude. They blow up at any time, and he's actually going to get taken out. And I did not like that route. Obviously, as I was saying before, you know, Snow, the easier way to take that looks like Events 3. That was Assassin. He's going to try and get a pull. Neither team even going for anything semblance of map position. Well, they're just kind of running at the other team's base trying to get the flag.
Big thing with Purple, too, I mean, you can get into a building very quickly and have coverage at least. When you go green side, you're just out in the wide open for like a 100-yard stretch. Like right here where you're looking at right now, you're pretty much in the open for the most part.
He's given the entire other team access to Snow and Biolab, so now he's just trapped over here on the screen flat. Dito's able to take out one. Taken out, though, right there. Looks like Events 5, he's going to be taken out in Snow. So we are going to finish this first half of CTF with nothing.
Well, you think the Atlas side's a little bit favored this one, correct?
I would say so. I think it's a little bit easier.
So at least looking through that half, you got to say, in my opinion, it plays to FeaR's advantage a little bit, as they're going to be swapping over to that side, and we'll see if they can take better advantage of that purple route you're talking about. But this is what we've seen. A lot of in CTF at the pro level, with a lot of these top teams, the higher the talent, you're getting these, what, 1-0, 2-1 games.
Yeah, no, nothing really crazy in the CTF department. I think it's obviously because of the speed of the game. It's pretty easy to counter cap and, you know, really just stop these caps from going in. You're going to have to get 2 or 3 down, like you said. I am on board right now. This is that was actually with Silly, I believe. Now I'm going to be on board with Moho. I want to see if they can get anything going. He's rocking both Exo abilities in respawn, by the way.
Oh, nice. All right, well, you know, think about what's funny, think about the Black Ops 2. If you got a pull and killed that spawn rotation, like you got a 4 down, that's pretty much a cap. Like, that's going to be a cap. In this game, not depending on the spawn, not necessarily. Sometimes you've seen one player get like 2 shots at killing a flag carrier. Well, and that's just unusual. You know?
I mean, a lot of what we see, though, it kind of spawns from players just being a little bit lazy, is that they'll say, okay, well, CTF's in this game. Let me just play it the same way I played CTF before.
That's what we've been seeing with Hardpoint, too, though.
Right. They never take time to really learn, like, the nuances of the game. It was the same type of thing with Ghost and Blitz, is that nobody really knew how to play Blitz at the beginning.
At least at the first event, yeah.
Right. Everyone played it like CTF, and that was the exact opposite way you needed to play it. Yeah. So as the game goes on, I mean, we are going to see some insane plays in CTF. It looks like that this is going to be Enzo. He's going to be able to get the flag out green
He's
side.
Got pretty good coverage,
and his teammates have pretty good coverage. There's one player, it looks like, from FeaR, and that is oh no, but he's taken out. So it looks like we are going to get a cap. First one on the board right here for your Atlas squad.
And that is going to go through. Who is the one with the actual cap?
Enzo.
That was going to be Enzo. So, oh, no. So I'm sorry. It was FeaR that was Atlas first. I got mixed up when I was talking about that. So it's actually, I'm sorry. It was actually Orbit that has a little bit of advantage here in my eyes. And that you just saw. So I sort of said the right thing. And they were able to take advantage of that cap from the Atlas side.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to just pull it straight through green. And they got a, of the other side of their base. There's a spawn point right by those crates up top on your screen. You can see right near where this player 5 is, a little bit back towards their spawn. And they got that spawn. They tried to go through Snow and through Biolab, and they just got shut down.
All right, we'll see if they can continue to pick up kills here. Under 3 to play. If you are just tuning in, that player might have been AFK.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy was doing.
He did not seem to be aware of his environment at all. But if Orbit is able to take this, I mean, this is the best of 3. We are still in the open bracket. Do you know what round are we switching to? Is it round 6?
I believe this is to get into pool play.
Oh, this is to get into pool play. I thought I remember hearing it was round 6. We are in 5, so that makes sense. So we are trying to get into pool play here. When we are going to be switching over to game 5s, especially for players of this caliber, your Mohos, Neslos, you do not want to be playing game 3s.
No, you don't want to be playing game 3s. I mean, all these players dread dread the inevitable best of 3. But if they can win this, I believe they will be going into pool play. That's what I was originally told. I believe championship losers bracket starts losers 6, so it would make sense that.
Well, it's funny trying to keep up. So we have 6 casters this weekend, and trying to keep up with everything is fun because you basically go from Bravo to Alpha to now Bravo to. You're just juggling between the 3 stations, and I'm trying to get as much information as I can in those 30 seconds between rotating. But
this is the first time I think I've sat anywhere near you in the venue. Like, I think we haven't done anything.
I believe we have an Alpha match later today.
Oh, we do.
Yes, on 3 or 4 o'clock, something like that. You and I are going to go up there. We're going to rock our beard game.
Yep. That Beard game way too strong.
But 90 seconds left right now. Orbit still in control. FeaR at risk of being knocked into losers. And we'll see here. We're on board right now with Assassin. He's on top of the
FeaR
base.
right there. You saw them go 3 down in the opposing team's base. I mean, they're just not picking up any of those kills, Maeve.
And I think they know he's around because you saw him
Yeah,
searching.
no,
He's going to go
searching.
for a pull. This will actually be a decent pull if they can get the kills at mid-map because you saw they overextended a little bit there. There was only one player at home. He's able to kill him. He needs help. Look at the rotation coming from his teammates. If they can cut him off mid-map. You just saw the engagement, though, but that gunfight, they lost it in mid-map. I don't know what player was to pick it up. But
oh
huge my
play
God.
right there out of Shills. Able to jump straight through. And that smack, that left-handed
Yeah, he took a little slap there, but that really came down. I was trying to stare at the minimap. There was a big engagement because it was, what, 2 players coming off spawn that were going to be able to try and, or sorry, 2
it
players
was Shills and Silly that were mid-map.
And they won their gunfights there.
They won both of those gunfights,
And that's what inevitably led to that slap and return. And another cap going to come through for Orbit, and that's going to be all but it.
Yeah, you know, 30 seconds left, down 2 caps. It's going to be pretty difficult. You see nobody really in striking distance for FeaR. You see that is Moho at the top of your screen lit up. He is pushing towards the other team's base, but it's just not enough time.
Yeah, and this is where, I mean, just look, it's a slang issue.
Yeah, it's a slang issue. That's all it is.
Just taking a look, every single player right now is positive. We have an 8 streak going on right now for Silly, but they've outslayed them by, all right, I'm going to do some quick math. Watch this. 34. They're plus 34.
I don't trust that at all. I don't trust your math at all.
No, I don't either. I didn't have my calculator here, but I am not Golden Boy, so I actually, numbers are not my worst enemy. But no, I believe it is, yeah, positive 34 in slang. For those of you at home, shooters, slang is not everything. A lot of it comes down to rotations, teamwork, chemistry,
but
the amount that you love each other. But when you get outslayed by 34,
no, yeah.
You're it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, slaying will help you. It's not everything, but if you can slay, you can make those little mistakes and still get away with it. And it's very difficult for the other team to pull the flag when they're dead.
Oh yeah, that was brutal. I didn't actually realize until kind of the tail end of that one how bad it was actually getting in the slaying department. Can
we give them a look at the scoreboard again real quick? Let's get a look at the scoreboard real quick. So I mean, you can just run it down. I mean,
1 player even for FeaR.
Yeah.
Every other player basically at 1.24 or above.
Yeah, I mean, look at Enzo with a 2.17 with 2 flag caps.
26 and 12 in a CTF is just silly, and that's we
doing the objective too.
We've talked about this a bit. You know, people get confused when we keep talking about the difference in numbers here.
Yeah.
We don't mean all of respawn when we like kind of 40's the new 30, I guess, because in CTF 30 is still a huge number in CTF.
Oh, 30
does not play at all like Hardpoint. We talked about the speed of the 2 games, and that's why this game's so dynamic to me. I like it because Hardpoint's so fast, and Flag is like the polar opposite.
Look at everybody on Orbit with 26 kills. You know, nobody.
I didn't even realize they all had 26. That's kind of magical.
You know, I mean, you had Moho and Assassin. You know, Assassin had a rough game. You know, 12 and 25. Moho 17 and 26. It's not going to get done in respawn.
No, that was tough there. Now I think I have to check. I do believe there is going to be a quick kind of like a lunch break for all the staff and everything, because we're going basically, we brought you 3 rounds of the open bracket here to start the day. I believe we got a quick break here on stream. Let everyone get a little food in their bellies, and then we're going to hop into the pool play. And I had a schedule in front of me earlier, so let's take a look here. Yes, there's a quick. It's only like a 30-minute lunch break.
Yeah.
At 1:30 p.m., I believe, is when we're going to be hopping back to pool play then on Alpha and Bravo. So we're going to get back to a lot of the, I guess, the bigger teams, the ones that are getting ready to take a shot at this winner's bracket.
You heard it here first. Maven hates everybody in open bracket.